In this area, you see there's a lot of seismic activity, and it's definitely from fracking, because this housing area was built in the 40s. So these houses are relatively intact. Why is it all of a sudden everything is breaking? We've got earthquakes here in California, but not like this. Not these over and over, not coincidentally when they frack. That's why I'm shaking in my boots, because they're saying that in 2015 they're on schedule, because Dogger and PXP, they're no joke. So they are on schedule to frack 27 wells. So even though the oil field is right over here and they say, well, it's our property, we can do whatever we want, the truth is that when they frack, they go underneath our houses. So it goes out about 2 miles all around in the whole area. When they shove the water down there, the hill moves. When they pull the volume out, it moves. So those two actions is what's causing this. And this is the damage. So you see up here, all this is cracking. You see how that's cracking there? It's cracking here, all through here. And if you speak to PXP, they'll look at the property damage, and then they'll go historically and saying, well, you know, I mean, it's California and these things, so we don't know what you're talking about. But I'll tell you what, we'll fix it, and then you have to sign an agreement where you can't talk. One of our people locally did that. They gave him $300,000. He fixed his house, and then they fracked again. Because it's like, if you knew that when you were buying your $800,000 home that you were going to be right next to this toxic site, you probably wouldn't want to pay that kind of money. So all of that is the oil field. You've got the old style ways of pumping gas out of the ground, those little grasshopper things that you see going. And then you see that tall thing, that's for fracking. But when you really talk to people who are in there working, they always say the same thing. It's not if it's gonna bust, it's when it's gonna bust. They also do something that they do like a burn off or a blowback when they're working. And so that's when you'll smell like a plastic smell in the air. If I smell it, I call my neighbors and tell them, you know what, get inside, close the door, bring your kids, bring your pets inside, close the door. And it's really intense. It's very distinctive. You cannot miss it. The normal for this area, for Southern California, for benzene levels in adults between a certain age is 0.06. Don's level and my level is 6.7 and me is 6.85. That's unbelievable. But this is definitely the cause of it. Come on. We never had anything like this. We used to live across town and we moved here about 15 years ago. But then when we found those results, it was like a little earth-shattering to me, because you don't want for your environment to kill you. The largest urban oil field in the United States is right here in our little sleepy community. And everybody tries to pretend like it doesn't exist. It's pretty amazing. So this little school, not only having been affected by sinkholes, this little school has the largest inhaler use per day in the entire county, not just in the city. Our city officials do nothing for that. They hide what's actually in fracking fluid. They actually hide it, even though you are doing business on state land that we, the people of California, pay our taxes to support. That's ours, we own it, and we have no control over it. And our city officials are making it so. All of this, which is smack dab in the middle of upscale Black community. In the process, through a few years, we realized how we are powerless. They mute us. We can't say anything or do anything. Like, why is it that we can't talk to our local government? Why is it that we can't get our governor to pay attention? Why do they play games with words and try to make us like that this is happening in our backyard? It's not okay. This was a dying industry, and they decided that they wanted to frack. Now all of a sudden it's a thing to do, and we're being impacted by it, and nobody seems to care. And the people in office that can actually do something about it will not. Like the governor that I voted for. Why is he not doing anything? We wanted you to help us, and you turn your back. How could you do that to us after we put you into office? Give us a break. Look at this. And we live in these beautiful homes. It's just a facade. It's killing us. Help us. Put a moratorium on fracking statewide.